Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about stuff that I'm liking right now. Beauty products that I've been enjoying. So if you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing because I do them along with makeup tutorials, hauls, swatches, and reviews here on my channel every Saturday. Okay, welcome to another episode of Stuff I'm Liking Right Now. And this is wherein I just tell you about makeup products that I've been enjoying for a little bit. Some of this stuff you've seen before, I've talked about before in other videos, and some of it I've had a while. Others of it I've had a while and I've just kind of discovered it or rediscovered it. And then some of it is fairly new, but I've been enjoying it, so I'm going to talk about it. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is an eyeshadow primer, and if you've watched any of my tutorials of late, you will know the primer that I am going to talk about, and it is the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this is the anti-aging one. Urban Decay has a lot of different ones of these now. I remember back in the day when they only had the original primer potion. Now they have anti-aging and all these other ones. So I picked up anti-aging because, you know, I'm at that age where anti-aging might be of use to me. And does it work in terms of anti-aging properties? Have I seen a difference in my eyelids? No. But does it work as a good eyeshadow primer? Yes. Now, when I first started to do my eyeshadow, I used the Urban Decay eyeshadow, the primer potion, the regular one, the first one that they ever had. And it was nice. And then over time, especially recently, I got into using concealers as primers, eyeshadow primers, mainly because I have a lot of, well, not a lot, but I have some discoloration on my eyelids. I have some, are they age spots? Maybe, I'm not sure. But I have some blemishes on my eyelids and some discoloration, and so concealer, I like to use it to cancel out some of that and give me like a smooth canvas to work on, especially when my eyebrows need grooming. That concealer can sort of kind of camouflage some of those stray hairs. But recently I started using the eyeshadow primer again, and I really like it. I mean, this stuff really helps to grip the eyeshadows onto my lids. I have found that with some eyeshadows, it makes it shadows that I have no problems blending. I have found at times, you know, I might have to put a little more elbow grease into blending because this stuff does a really good job at gripping onto the eyeshadow. So I've really been enjoying it. That doesn't mean to say that I don't still here and there, or I won't going forward continue to use concealer. You know, I like to change it up. And also depending on the eyeshadows that I'm using, I might like to change it up with concealer. But right now I've been using the traditional eyeshadow primer and I really like it. Next up are some complexion products. And this first one I've talked about before. I talked real tough about this when I bought it. And now I think I'm softening. The more that I use it, the more that I'm softening towards it. And it is the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer. Now, if you remember when I initially bought this on sale for 20% off at Sephora, you know, I was like, listen, yo, okay, what's up? The word is this. If I don't like it, she going back to the store because she is $52, all right? And that's too much to pay for a primer. I'm sorry, I stand by that to this day. $52 is too much to pay for a primer, okay? Now, with that said, I've been using it every day since I purchased it. And of course I would, because it's $52, right? And I like it. I really do like it. Now, I did say before, I did come back and I gave you a little update and said that I did like it, but not enough to repurchase it. Enough to keep it, but not enough to repurchase it. And now I'm just like, as you can see, well, maybe you can't see with my lights, but I've been using it every day, and you know, I've made some dents in it. I don't know how much more I've got left, but I think I've got some left. And it does have a fragrance, which I don't like fragrance in my face products, but I don't mind it. And it goes on smooth, and I don't know, it's just, I guess maybe I've just gotten used to using it. I do find that a lot of my foundations now, I have these fine lines, wrinkles right here along my chin, especially here. And foundations now settle in there, and I feel like that happens less when I'm wearing this primer. It still happens, but I don't know, I feel like it's not as prominent when I'm wearing this. So I've kind of grown kind of fond of her. Now, will I repurchase her again? I'm not sure. If I do, it would definitely be on sale, and only when on sale. But right now, I've been liking it. Next up is concealer. And this is a concealer that I've talked about before. I first purchased it, I believe, in the summer of 2018. And I'm still using it. And it is the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced. And when I first purchased it, I got it in the shade Chestnut, which is closer to my skin tone. Right now in the winter, it's a little dark, but I'm still able to use it. Sometimes I will mix it. I will put it right under my eye for concealing purposes, and then I'll use a lighter one underneath it for more of highlighting purposes. And so I like this so much that I used it all summer long. I don't know if you can hear the geese, but they're flying south, I guess. Why they're still here in New York, I have no idea. They should have been south, but anyway. I use this all summer long, and you get a ton of product. You get a half an ounce, so I still have. And I went recently, very recently, I had some Ebates cash back, like $32 worth of Ebates cash back. So I went on ahead and purchased it in a different shade, and a lighter shade, and this is in the shade Butterscotch, and I will swatch that one for you as well. And this one is a little closer to my skin tone now that it is winter, and it does serve as a highlighter. It does brighten under my eyes. So that's what I'm wearing, Butterscotch, today. And you know, I like it. It's not matte, it's not too mattifying. It's billed as a more hydrating concealer, and really these days at my age and with these wrinkles, I need something more hydrating. I'm really not trying to do matte under my eyes, especially when I have to set my under eye concealer with a powder, which just makes it matte anyway. So I like it. I like it. The coverage is really, really good, and I've been liking it right now. So speaking of having to set my concealer, I picked this up just recently, and it is from Fenty Beauty, and it is the Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder. You know that Fenty just came out with new complexion products, concealers, and a powder. I did review this powder and the concealer, which I will link up above. The concealers didn't work out for me. That went back. But the setting powder I did keep because I do like it. I have it in the shade Honey, which is this warm yellow. Very warm yellow. It is what I'm using today, what I use today to set under my eyes. Actually, I've been using it every day since I purchased it. Every now and again, I will buff it all over my face. It's a good color for me, actually, for all over my face. And it's a nice powder. I mean, once you set it, it's matte. It stays all day. This concealer is going nowhere. My face gets greasy, gets oily during the day, but under my eyes and wherever I set it with powder, this powder is matte, and I like the color. it's not really highlighting, really. It's, I guess, I don't know, it's just good for my skin tone, this shade Honey. And if I have a highlighter, a highlighting concealer that's a little too bright, this will bring it down a little bit for me. So I really like this setting powder and have been enjoying it ever since I purchased it. Continuing with face products is a foundation that I recently picked up and also just recently reviewed, which I will put up here as well. And it is the L'Oreal Infallible Up to 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. And I have it in 2 shades. Now, when I initially purchased it, I bought it in the shade 515, which is copper, which proves to be a little just tad dark for me. And so I liked it so much that I went on ahead, and I talked about this in the video. I was thinking about buying the shade right below it, which is 510 Hazelnut, and mixing them, and that's exactly what I did. I did pick this one up, and it is a little lighter, and it's just a little too light for me. So I do have to mix the two, but it sells for $15, $14.99 if you get it from Ulta or from the L'Oreal website, but I got mine for $11.97 at Walmart and like $11.99 on Amazon. So, you know, for $25 total, it's still not prohibitively expensive. So this is the lighter shade. No, this is the lighter shade. This is 510, which is what I'm wearing today by itself. I just set it with a darker powder. And then this is 515 copper, which you can see is deeper, and it's just a little too deep for me. So when I mix these two together, I get a shade that matches me much better. And you know, as I said in the review, I just really like the finish of this. It's not super flat matte. It's like a satin matte, and I like that. I'm really getting into, I want to look radiant, okay? I mean, as an oily girl who uses matte foundations because I have to, I still want to have some radiance, even though I use matte foundations, even though I want to be matte because I want to keep my oils at bay, I still want some radiance, you know? So I like that these are a satin matte as opposed to a flat, really super matte. I've been enjoying it. What can I say? All right, and my last complexion product is a blush that I've had for a really long time, and I don't know, maybe I used it once, maybe I swatched it and just never used it, I don't know, but I decided to break it out recently. It's been sitting in my little case, my little kit that I use where I have all my everyday makeup in, and one day I broke it out and just decided to use it, and I've been using it ever since. And it is a blush from NARS. It's a sample. I think I might have gotten this one year when I made VIB Rouge status, and this maybe was the welcoming gift to Rouge, and it is in the shade, I can't pronounce it, Goulue. It's Goulue, and this is what it looks like. It's like a berry. It's the same shade that all of the blushes I use are. I buy blushes, not too many, but all the ones that I have and use, they're all like the same color. And it's got a little shimmer in it. I don't know if you're able to see it, but it's just this berry tone, and it's a little lighter than what I typically use. This is the swatch, and then this is it blended out, and it's nice. I'm wearing it today, as a matter of fact. It's a little light. I don't even know if you can still see it, but that's the problem with blush on me. Like, 1 minute it's there, the next minute it's gone. But it's nice. It's a little lighter than what I typically wear, but it's nice. I can actually, I don't have to build it up too much. It's pretty pigmented, and it just gives me a nice little blush on my cheeks, which is all I really want when I used a blush. So I've been enjoying this. And now some eye products. One of them, well, two eyeliners. The first one is from Urban Decay, and it is one of their 24/7 glide on eye pencils, and this is in the shade Freak. And I'm not new to Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencils. I have several of them. They are nice pencils. They wear nice in the waterline. They are waterproof, and they're long wearing. And this is the shade Freak, and oh my goodness, like, I love it. If you've seen, I did a I think it was the Juvia's Place Tribe palette tutorial, and another one I just did, the Elements, the Urban Decay Elements palette tutorial, and I use this eyeliner in both of those. And I've been looking for some bright eyeliners for my waterline, because the only time I really use eyeliner in my waterline is on the weekends when I use eyeshadow. When I go to work, I don't put anything on my waterline. And so I've been looking for some bright colored, some, you know, fun eyeliners to wear in my waterline when I do my eyeshadow looks. And this shade is just, I love it. It's like this neon green with yellow in it. Another eyeliner that I have been enjoying is from Sephora. It's the Sephora Retractable Eyeliner Waterproof Pencil. And this is the shade number 10, Matte Brown Black. And it's just, you know, nothing special. It's just your run-of-the-mill retractable eyeliner pencil. I like that it's really slim and it's dark brown. I wear it every day to work, on my lash line, and I tight line with it. On the other side, oh, it has a sharpener, which I just realized. And then it's got a little smudger brush that you can use to smudge it. And I've been wearing it every day on my lash line. I like to wear brown, not black, because black, I don't wear false lashes during the week. You can see why, right? They're always wonky. So my eyelashes are small, they're tiny, they're short, they're sparse, and black eyeliner just makes them disappear even when I wear mascara, which I wear every day. So I like a brown liner, and I've been really liking this primarily because when I tight line with it, it doesn't bleed onto my waterline, which happens with just about every eyeliner pencil I've ever used. So this doesn't do that, and I recently ran out of it because I used it all up. And I just got this one. I bought two more. I haven't used this one yet, and I bought two more as backups because I like them that much. This is $12 from Sephora. Like I said, I haven't worn it on my waterline yet, so I don't know how it's gonna hold up, but it holds up really nicely on my lash line, and in my when I tight line under there, it holds up very nicely, and it doesn't bleed onto my waterline. So I've really been liking this of late. And now I just want to talk about a couple of brushes. One is an oldie but goodie that I've had for a number, has it been that long? Maybe not a few, maybe at least a year. I've had it for at least a year. Okay, probably longer than that. I probably had it for a few years. And one is a new one that I just purchased. So the old one is the pencil brush from Makeup Geek. And again, if you've seen any of my tutorials, especially my more recent ones, the ones that I've done like in the last year, you have seen this brush in action. It's dirty because I used it today, and it's the Makeup Geek pencil brush. I really like it. I liked it so much that I went on ahead and I bought another one that's around here somewhere. It's just perfect. It's perfect for my under eye. And I have, you know, I don't know, my under eye lash, I don't know, it just kind of sticks out. I'm not sure, but it's perfect for my lower lash line, and it keeps it, I can keep the eyeshadow on my lower lash line because I have these wrinkles under here, and if I go too far, I bring it down too far, it gets in those cracks and crevices and those wrinkles, and then that's all she wrote. So this really allows me to apply this the eyeshadow precisely just where I need it and want it to go. I used it for my inner corner highlight today. It's just perfect. It's perfect. If you haven't tried this from Makeup Geek and you're looking for a really good pencil brush, I really do recommend this. All right, and then last but not least is a brush that I just recently picked up from Sephora. It was on sale. I got it dirt cheap. I think it was like $7, and it is the Pro Gel Liner brush, the number 26, and it looks like this. And this is it, and it's really thin, and it comes to a point, and I've been wanting another eyeliner brush. So this is the Sigma E05 brush, and it is what I use, and brushes like it, to apply my gel eyeliner. And also when I do a wing, I like to, well, I've been using these type brushes, and I don't know, I don't always feel like I have the greatest control. They're nice and thin, which is what you want when you're doing a wing, but I don't always feel like I have good control. So I wanted something a little, well, something more like this. And I don't know that I have any more control with this either. But I've been practicing. I used it today for my wing, and I think this side looks a little jacked up, but this side came out really nice. And if you've seen any of my last couple of tutorials, like, it was a little thick, the wing was a little thick at times, so I need to learn. There's a learning curve, I feel, with this, for me anyway, and I've been learning, getting more comfortable with using this brush. I definitely like it for the lash line. I'm able to do a thin line or a thicker line. I just need to perfect how to use it when I'm doing the wing, but I like it. I have been liking it. That's all the stuff I've been liking. A lot of stuff, which is a good thing. It's nice to know that when I spend my money on a product, it's nice when it turns out that I really like them. So this stuff I really like. I would love to know in the comments below, what is some of the stuff that you've been liking of late? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing, because I do them here along with makeup reviews, tutorials, hauls, and swatches every Saturday on my channel. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.